Well, welcome to wherever you people may be. So, in the weeks that we've seen the failure of the Joe Biden administration with Afghanistan. We lost 13 people and over 160 Afghan people who were trying to get out of their country because they know what's going to happen to them. They know that the Afghan or the Taliban are going to hurt them. What the news is not reporting, as many of us already know, that Joe Biden once again decided to give a list of names to our American citizens and our Afghan allies who helped this country. So now Joe Biden is putting more of our people in danger. Just like he thought that Russia would not attack our critical infrastructure by hacking on the businesses, but the idiot gave a list to Putin, a list of our businesses in this country. If anybody thinks that Joe Biden is doing a good job, they are not awoke. Well, awake. They're woke, the woke culture. They're too stupid to see the facts of the flaws of Joe Biden. Now you have to understand all the numbers that they keep putting out saying we had this many people from Afghanistan and so on that evacuated. It's not the American citizens. I don't know how many they got out today. They haven't updated the number of Americans, but they're not putting American citizens on those updates. They're just putting numbers of people. We don't know what's going to happen. Joe Biden only has 2 days to get all of our people out. There's been rumors that the Taliban are taking people's passports away and they're beating them, they're attacking them, they're even killing them. Joe Biden committed treason by talking to the Taliban, by endangering the welfare of our American people. He and Kamala Harris both need to be removed from office. And we all know Kamala Harris wasn't in country when our soldiers got attacked. She was over there in Singapore. She was over there in Vietnam trying to have a PR stunt. I hope the people over there in Vietnam see to the fact that Kamala Harris doesn't care about them. She don't even care about her own voters. They don't care about you. The only time that they care about you is when election season comes around. That's when they start caring about you. That's why we need new leadership in Congress and keep the ones who are actually doing their jobs and they are not rhinos. Rhinos are Republicans who side with the Democrats. So they're just Democrats. That's what they are. And the rhinos are the ones who voted for the $3 trillion infrastructure bill. We know what's in that bill, some of the stuff that's in that bill. They want to tax you when you're driving your car, how many miles you drive your car. They want to put a tax on that. That's going to hurt people like me. That's going to hurt people like you. The poor people. The poor people who use their vehicles to actually work. Not the ones who get free handouts from the government, our tax-paying money. I've said it before, New York State gave $15,000 of our tax money to illegals who do not belong here at all. But they gave pennies to us. They gave $250 to $300 per kid for families, but still leave the single people out who still work, who struggle, and now they want to tax us on our driving. That's crap. That's the Green New Deal bullshit. Communism is here. Whether you like it or not, it's here. This is socialism at its best. We've seen the inflation and we're seeing the inflation. Inflation's going up. And I don't know how many people who are struggling just to have groceries in their house. So, they want free healthcare. It's not free. On top of inflation, on top of the government spending our money, you're not going to be able to afford a cart full of groceries. You could get a can of coffee that'll cost you $10 in 4 years' time. We need to get rid of these people because they're the ones who are making this country more and more into debt. That's why before I said I want to run for Congress in 2 years, and that's what I want to do, because I know how it is. I know what struggling is, and I understand that these politicians do not understand what struggling is. They never had a job in their life at all, and we know that. So, for them not to have a job in their life because they are the privileged ones, we don't have white privilege. They do. Because they do not understand what a struggling is in life. When you don't know what it is, that's you having privilege. Because your mommy and daddy were rich. Millions of dollars. That we don't have. And They want to say tax the billionaires, tax the billionaires. The billionaires are the ones who are creating jobs, who are paying people, and who create ideas. Like this, a phone. I laugh every time a liberal likes to say we need to tax the billionaires and they need to pay their fair share in tax. Okay, so why do you use Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg is worth over 80 something billion dollars. The phone that you bought, I'm sure they have billions of dollars too from their iPhones and all these other fancy new phones. This is just a simple Android phone that cost me $50, and I had this for 3 years. Still does the same thing as a iPhone or an i10 or whatever number phone is out now. This is a Motorola E4, I think. It's old, it's slow, still works, it's a pain in the ass. But I'm not going to spend $2,000 for an iPhone because I'm not a crybaby liberal who says tax the rich, tax the rich. Well then, why did you spend $2,000 on an iPhone? And then you have to pay for the insurance on top of that in case if you break it. The Democrats like to overspend their money, our money too, and they have no understanding how to live. That's why they want free handouts. And on top of that, if you don't do as I say, I'm going to take it away. That's what's going to happen if you rely on the government. If you rely on the government for handouts, and if you do not side with the Democrat elites, there goes your money. Plain and simple. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go try to find a job? Oh, sorry. There's no more jobs because people don't want to work and we had to shut down. That's what's going to happen. And that's what is happening to many businesses because people don't want to work and the people who are loyal to that business are quitting because they're having to work harder and it's getting more stressful for them. And we've seen this a couple times with businesses because people don't want to work. And if you can't say there's no jobs, well, there's plenty of jobs, but you're too lazy to get off your couch and go to work because you want that free money. And what about all the people like me who continuously worked through this pandemic because we were deemed essential? We didn't get no $200, $300 a month. We still worked. We didn't get unemployment. We still worked. And now you're whining and crying and saying, oh, you need to go get a shot, blah, blah, blah. You should show your vaccine card if you want to go to the store. It's none of your business if I had the shot or not. It's my medical privacy rights. Oh, the Constitution's only there for us to be protected from the government. No, it's also there to be protected by you. When you try to interfere in one's life, saying show your passport, and then you go ahead and try to sue The laws are there to protect us. The libs like to say this is a democracy. Democracy is communism. This is a representative republic. Because we have the right to vote. We have the right to do what we want in this country, and we do not have to bow to the government. A democracy makes you bow to the government. Look at England. Look at New Zealand. Or Australia. We're seeing the crazy stuff in Australia now, where the government's going after the people. That's a democracy. And they're trying to pull that here. And that's like what I said. That's why I want to run for Congress in 2 years. So I can fight for our rights and make sure that the government stays out of your business. God bless. Good night.